Thank you all for coming, and we appreciate this. This is our fourth year of doing this, and we've had some success over the past 4 years, but we need to do better. Before I start, I want to introduce some of my Assembly colleagues, Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther, Assemblyman Jim Tedesco, Assemblyman Mark Butler, Assemblyman Mark Johns, Assemblyman Bob Oakes, Assemblyman Peter Lawrence, and I hope Assemblyman Pete Lopez, and I know if I miss anyone, Assemblyman Joe Giglio. This is a bipartisan effort that's grown, and I just want to thank all the groups. We're here, we have representatives, and you'll hear some from the New York State County Highway Superintendents, the New York State Town Highway Superintendents, the New York State Association of Counties, New York State Conference of Mayors, the Association of Towns, the New York State Farm Bureau, Associated General Contractors, and Rebuild New York Now have all been a part of supporting this effort that we're proposing and leading here today. And I said this has been a 4-year effort. We have 130 signatures on this letter that's going to the governor and legislative leaders. 91 members in the Assembly, 39 members in the Senate, bipartisan effort on both sides, and we can't do it without that support. And certainly the orange you see behind us, to the men and women who are here representing towns and villages and cities across the state, we thank you for what you do. We come with 3 specific asks with this letter and this proposal we're asking to the governor. Number one, we're asking for parity between the MTA and the DOT capital plan that has always been done. It has always been the history of this legislature and governor's past. Since 2010, the MTA and DOT capital budget have been equal. That did not happen in 2010 and is not proposed to happen this year. We need to make sure that does happen, and that's one of our top priorities. The other important priority, something we've talked about for the past several years, is funding our local infrastructure, our CHIPS program. We're asking for a $250 million increase in the CHIPS program to restore the $50 million that the governor cut as part of the winter recovery program, and a $200 million increase to propose to increase funding for our local roads and bridges, and a 4-year state aid to local bridge and culvert program that has local control with this decision-making process. People might ask where this money is going to come from. We collect nearly drivers pay nearly $5 billion in taxes, fees, and assessments, but yet only about $2 billion of that is going into the dedicated fund and used on infrastructure. We have over $2 billion still left in settlement funds that can be used to disperse. And the governor gets it. He has he has in his budget $1 billion for Pave New York. Half of that's assigned for local roads. We believe that should go into the CHIPS program because that would go right to the local communities, that would help reduce local property taxes, and a $1 billion Bridge New York program. So we want to use that money for that.